In this video, we will expose God's hidden agenda and plans, and you will finally understand why God chose to create Lucifer, even knowing what he would do in the future. We will delve into why God respected Lucifer's freedom of choice, despite being aware that it would lead to the suffering of many people. The history of humanity is marked by the emergence of individuals who became true monsters in the eyes of society. Figures like Hitler, the leader of the German Nazi Party during World War II, were responsible for the death of 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, along with thousands of other casualties and atrocities resulting from a war he initiated. Joseph Stalin, renowned for his repressive policies, purges, and famines that led to the deaths of millions of people. Pol Pot, the leader of the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia, was responsible for genocides and crimes against humanity during his regime, among others. This raises the questions: why did God allow such evils to occur? Wouldn't it have been easier to prevent the birth of these individuals? The Bible itself cites events that could have been avoided if it were God's will, such as the story of Hezekiah, which I will summarize. Hezekiah was predestined to die. He had an illness and asked God for a few more years of life. God granted him an additional 15 years, and during that time, Hezekiah had a son, Manasseh. However, this son became a king of the kingdom of Judah and is often considered one of the most evil and cruel kings in history. He killed and burned anyone who challenged him. If God knows everything, that will happen in the future. Why did God allow Hezekiah to have these extra 15 years of life, and as a consequence, have this son, knowing that he would be cruel? Understanding this will make you comprehend why God created Lucifer, knowing that he would be evil. Firstly, the answer lies in the integrity of the divine character. When God states in the Bible that he gives us free will, meaning he grants us the power of choice, it must be genuine. Let me explain what I mean. Let's suppose I am a teacher about to start classes, and on the first day I say to the students, "You can evaluate me as a teacher, decide if you think I'm a good teacher or not, and give me an A or F. I promise you that whatever grades you give me, I will take them to the principal so that he knows what you think of me." Initially, the students thought, "This teacher is very self-confident as he allows students to express on paper what they think of him and promises to take it to the school principal." Each student begins to give their grade: F, F, A, F, A, F, F. Finally, I gather those papers and head to the principal's office. However, in the meantime, I stop by my house and start sorting the grades. In one pile, I place the A grades, and in another pile, I place the F grades. Then I take the F grades, throw them into the incinerator, burn everything, and take the A grades to the principal. The impression the principal will have is that 100% of the students approve of me. However, this is a big lie. Many did not approve, but I simply destroyed the negative evaluations, just as God would do if he only allowed those to come into existence who wouldn't reject him. Think with me. What if God did not allow Lucifer to exist because he would reject him? What if God did not permit the birth of Hezekiah's son because he would be evil? God would be doing the same thing as I am, saying to us, "You have free will to choose me or not." But in reality, only those who would not reject him would be born. Thus, free will would be a lie. If he grants free will needs to be real. People will be born who will accept him, and also, those who he knows will follow another path. Now someone might ask, what about the pain that those who reject him caused, like Hitler, who killed millions of people? I ask back, who paid the highest price for these deaths and sins? The victims of Hitler and Lucifer, or Christ? The answer is Christ. For all those who suffered at the hands of Hitler or any other enemy of God's truth, their suffering lasted only this life, and at the moment of resurrection, they will rise without any scars from the marks of sin. The only one who will bear scars of sin in his hands for all eternity is Christ, held in a human body out of love for us. Therefore, God does not prevent the birth of those who will cause evil, for he himself will pay the price so that we may have the freedom to make our own choices. It is also important to consider the idea that, from a divine perspective, time may be perceived differently. What may seem like a lifetime of suffering for a human being could be an instant in eternity. This perspective adds an extra dimension to understanding God's permission of evil. In addition to everything we have already discussed in this video, it's important to remember that Lucifer himself may play a significant role in the divine plan. Some scholars believe that Lucifer's fall is part of the testing plan for humanity, which is a fundamental aspect of the moral test that human beings face. This view suggests that by allowing the existence of Lucifer, God provides humans with the opportunity to choose the path of good or the path of evil. This attempt to reconcile the existence of evil in the world with the belief in an all-powerful and all-good God, proposing that evil exists as part of a divine plan, has been advocated by many philosophers, with Leibniz being a notable figure. This philosophical perspective is known as theodicy and provides an additional insight into the reasons behind divine permission for evil. Just as God allowed Judas to betray Christ because it was necessary for the fulfillment of prophecy, Lucifer may be part of the divine plan to ensure true free will. Remember what we discussed. It would not be true free will if we could only choose God's path. Free will exists only when there are different possibilities of choice. I know you have free will, but choose to support us and promote our work. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and of course share it with friends, because let's agree, freedom of choice is even better when shared. Continuing our video, in this way we also address the question, can God prevent evil? God can prevent evil, but if he did, it would eliminate free will and make us slaves. Remember that although God allows evil to exist, it does not absolve individuals of their responsibility to make ethical choices. Freedom comes with responsibility.